My people, now good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever una dey according to una time. So my people, now about this matter of gender identity. Now I can talk about today because wetin I dey see concerning this gender identity for this our country Nigeria, it dey surprise me for the way new generation, these new generations of nowadays, then it's like most of them don't have a direction. So now wetin make me come talk about the matter be this, because this gender identity for people wey no understand na homosexuality. Also for the women side, na be lesbian. So the reason why I can't talk this word be say many things already happen for we state we be say all those things can influence younger ones, even teenagers, because they imitate each other. Or even sometimes, even some schools nowadays, when you push children for boarding house, before they engage in such thing, their parents will not be aware. So now it make me come talk like this. We say it good make we dey talk, because if we know the pass message across, them no go fit understand the disadvantage of that and the reason why they should not. And these things, those people wey dey do this gay issue, with going to gay, we transgender themselves, most of them, they paint themselves as if maybe it's the best thing to do. And now wetin they deceive the younger ones be that they will feel say, that one do am, why won't I do it to make money? They're all looking to the side we be say that they make money, but they don't even know if now really that person they make the money or not. So you must not imitate person. Be whom you are. Be your real gender identity, your originality, which your gender original identity. So now I can talk about today. So for me to be able to talk about this issue, so I have to include the book that govern the earth that we live in, which is the Holy Bible, which is the scripture about this kind of set of people or this kind of act. So many things involve. So now the things we involve, as I talk am, so I go dey make una understand the things we involve why they should not. It's not the easy way to make money, because God have given you your identity. God will created you as man or as a woman. He have a reasons, and there's something where God deposit in you the day we place in your mother's womb. So what they need to know is that there is nobody that came into this earth empty. We are all loaded of one talent or the other, but the ability to discover that which God has placed in you or down for you in future that is the problem that people are facing. Not what they want to become. It is what God has placed ahead of time for them, according to what God wants them to become. Because everybody in this earth has reasons, has purpose in life. So not until that time comes for those who patient for the right time to accomplish that which God has placed for them, for him to do. So without wasting time, make I summarize them so that may not be say make it not be say things they delay, because I know say many go 1 year on fast or sharp. So First and foremost, Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 in the Bible, it said that in the beginning, God created heaven and earth, which means that God was all along. God, the Word was God and God was the Word. So that is why the Bible said that in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. That means that God is the owner of the earth we are living in. So it is what God designed the world to be for our good. That is what we surely do, contribute one talent or the other to make it a better place the way God has designed it to be. So verse 2 said that the earth was without form and void. That is to say that nothing or no living thing were living in this planet or in this world at us. Then God created this world that we are in. He said the earth was without form and void. That is to say that nothing whatsoever were existing. Nothing whatsoever were existing on this world, in this world, before God created human and living things in it. So verse 3 said that God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. That is to say that then there were nothing like light. It was all without form and void. No light. Everything was as dark. Let me put it that way. Nothing like light whatsoever. Then God now sees that no human being can fulfill that which God wants him to do in life in this world without the light. So he now created light in order for us, by the time we human beings will start existing, then there will not be any error or whatsoever not to fulfill that which God has placed down for humans. So verse 4 now said that God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, which I first talked just now. That God knew that nobody can no living thing can succeed without the light. He knew that. So verse 24, make I just summarize them. Verse 24 now said that let the earth bring forth the living creature. God now said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping things that creep upon the earth after its kind. In this way, God not talk say cow go become cat go become goat, or goat go become bird. So verse 24, he now said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping things that creep upon the earth after its kind. That is to say that God knew that living human being have to live according to his or her own kind. Just as if you are a man, you live as a mankind of human, of person. If you are a female, you live according to a female kind. Not being a male, you live as a female, or being a female, you live as a man, or you mixed it up. Because if the Bible let us to know that God is perfect, it is only God that is perfect. So we human beings, we have no reason whatsoever ever to change that which God has designed for our own benefit. You see what he said here. God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping things that creep upon the earth, which is now animals, which God created these animals according to their own kinds, according to their own species, which God did not say that or create a cow in the place of a chicken, or create a chicken in the place of a goat, or create a goat in the place of a bird or dogs. But he created them according to their own kind, and they live according to their own kind, because that is how God identified them, so that they can be able to fulfill that which God has designed the world to be. So now, so it be. So that is what people should know. So if you come go transform yourself to a female, you are no longer that species which God designed with a great purpose and with a great blessings and with a great destiny to fulfill ahead of that person. Being you male or female, you have reason for your living. You have a task to fulfill ahead of time. When it's time, right time, if that person is patient enough and know the things that he or she need to know, he will surely see it. Then now it makes sometimes if we dey grow up, we know wetin we want do when we become an adult. We dey talk many things that we will do that, we will do this, but by the time we become an adult, we will now see that everybody will start developing different talents or going into different various activities to fulfill his or her own destiny in life. So now you go take no say nobody God place when God will come empty in this world. God place one thing or the other in that person. It's just that person need to know what he need to know. It's just that many people imitate people. You don't need to imitate somebody to fulfill your own destiny. God has designed you for your own destiny, which he has placed in you ahead of time. When that time comes, that person will surely go ahead and follow the way of his destiny, of his own way, not in that way of creating your own human being. That is another way, telling God that God doesn't know what he created. When somebody go change his identity, that is to say that he's trying to tell God that he is no longer part of that creation. He is no longer part of that blessing. He is no longer part of that great destiny or that great talent that God deposited in him or her. That is in other words, that person denied his right, his destiny right, his future right. He denied himself. That is it. Because God created human being in his own image and likeness. So somebody, when he can't reach this earth, they design his own liking, that means that he's not in charge of his own world or his own body. Human is his own body. So that is to say that he has declined himself for that identity which God has identified him with from the day he created him and from the day he put him for inside a mother's womb. If now may God put into his mother's womb or female, by the time that person don't go change himself to female, that means that he is no longer that person anymore. That is to say that if God has designed to be a governor or to be a leader or to be a president, by the time he changes himself, he has declined himself from that role of a leadership. Because now he can design his own likeness now. Now he make you see most people there's trouble in the world. The way they talk, say so much trouble in the world. Not be God cause them. It's just that when people like this don't change their identity, so they will no longer be able to trace it back again. They have changed it, so you cannot get it back anymore. So therefore, he will now be living with his own present identity, which he create for himself. No longer the one we God create down for him. So if he or she was to follow the one we God created down for him or her, then there would have been peace, and it would have been so easy for other humans to live in this world in peace. It is because of other people in different things that people are doing. It is because of people who feel that they can create their own. But if we somebody we not if give life, we not feel create human being. So you no need to the forge. God has a purpose for that. When I will see ahead of time, by the time when I don't finish this scripture answer to this kind of things where people they engage themselves in. So verse 27 now said that God created man in his own image. In the image of God created, and he created male and female. Many people know the thing say God now create Adams, and from Adam's rib God creates Eve. So they still the same God has created them the both. So there is no limit in terms of being a woman, being a man, that you cannot fulfill that destiny that God has placed in you. But one thing that people need to know is that no human being came into this world empty. There is something that God deposited in that person. Now, it make you see some people after they don't grow old, before they can't discover, they can't realize and see they made a mistake. They follow the wrong lane. So that is why they missed their destination of what God wanted them to do in their life. So go ask any old people. Then when people go ask any old people, they will tell them the mistakes. So they will use and tell lens that those people made mistake, which that the mistake that they made would have lead them to greatness. Based on say they pass it to the way that they feel. Say now so it will be, because the things that they need to know, they don't know. So it will come make people they miss their destination. Most people miss their destination. It's not a crime to miss the destination, but tracing it back, that is where it become a crime or not. Some people still continue deeply into it more and more. That is where it become more crime. So some people converted. That is why there's a reason for things on earth when I feel the talk, so that even Jesus Christ, when he was born, they're not just born and say he just start preaching the word of God, or he just know God right from his birth. But the prophecy was already there for him to follow. But it's just that there's a particular time when he go reach a age when he go reach, when God placed down for him, when he go take know God, when he go take start that prophecy, when he go take fulfill that prophecy, his destiny. So he surely come to that stage. When that stage reach, now there he come. Now there, Peter preached to him. Now from there he converted. That is where his destiny began. So this other Peter, John the Baptist baptized, do the baptism of Jesus Christ. So if people where e don't first commit sins, or don't first they live their life where they don't know from the beginning, a stage they come where be say they go take know, and by the time they know, now then they're supposed to take embrace God. And some people not go ever want know. Not be say people did this earth will not go know, but some people will still choose to continue that kind of way where they want living. So now they cause many troubles on earth, because people know they live according to what God designed them to become. Because everybody cannot do the same thing. Some people will be doctor, some people will be carpenter, some people will be engineer. So even if the father of Jesus Christ was carpenter, then Joseph was a carpenter. So that is to tell you that he gave birth to somebody, person, when he can't preach the gospel, can't make people can't know, can't open the eyes of the world to God. A great man, which is Jesus, with a great destiny, which the prophecy have placed ahead of time, that he will become somebody and he will rule this world. And it will rule the world when it's of age, when it comes of age. So now so everything be in life. It not me say why be say that time. Why there kings did that time, kings and queens, they were still existing then. If for be say now those ones time for rule the world. But it can't be saying a son of a poor man, because everything in life there's always a purpose for it. So let me go further. May I not come make the whole thing the prolong. So I just want quickly bring it to book for people to see reasons why they should not follow that kind of way. So in verse 28, this is the verse where that I've been waiting for, to make people know. This verse 28 now said that God blessed them. Now here, God blessed them. He now said that God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over every living thing that move upon the earth. That is to say that everything God created, God designed his head for the purpose of human being, to take charge of what he has, to take charge of his property. It's like you have a father that built a house. He gave birth to you. By the time you are of age, your father will not give you. By the time you are of age, you know that you have a responsibility to take care of. Like you start from where your father stopped. You take charge of your father's property. Everybody have a place, a home. He have his lineage that when you come of age, you have to take care of. You start from where your father or where they stopped. If that person don't change himself to another gender, that means that he don't deprive himself for that. That is to say that the parent might not be happy. So therefore, that person not fit do what man they do again. He not fit fulfill that destiny anymore. It is just that at the end of the day, he not fit be man again. He not fit be woman. So on whose identity God will not bless that person. The one way in where God created him with, or the one way he or she go create for him or herself, or now my own he go bless him with. No. So I don't know why people go do something, they go into something when they know go think, say God did this, that he himself are in this world that we are living in. It's not eternity. There's time to be born, there's time to grow, there's time to achieve, there's time to pursue your aim in life, your purpose in life. So at the end of the day, when that person doesn't get old, waiting will become of him. In fact, I never even to see all those people, those kind of people we even grow old self. I never even see them. So I never not noticed, maybe they fit there, but I never come to notice this person are homosexual, then he grow old. So it's not really advisable. So make I read this verse again. For people who know here for the first time when I first read them, make I read them again. So in this verse, Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, it said that God blessed them. After God will create man and woman in his own image and likeness, after he have designed the earth good enough for human being to live in, to fulfill his or her destiny which God has placed in them. Now this verse verse 28, now God for placed that blessing in them. So which I've heard they talk identity. After God will create man in his own image and likeness. He also created woman. After he created them finish, you see them, that is to say that not be one person. He created man and a woman. After he don't create them finish to the way he want to create them, to his own likeness, to his own image and likeness, he now bless them. Now that time now got a deposit waiting the one go do, waiting their fulfillment in life. Now this verse now got for depositor in them. He blessed them. If I don't know whether some people, their father don't ever pray for them, which is blessing. They say the blessings of your father or your mother always supersede when there's time for that. When it be said that person all day in battlefield, the prayer of his father, his ancestor, and his mother will always guide him through. So that is why him or her true, I mean to say. So that is the reason why the Bible let us to know that honor your father and thy mother, your mother, so that thy days may be long. So if your person now day, he not honor a father, he not honor a mother, that is to say that he not honor God. Because God used his father and his mother as a point of contact to deposit him for order for him to fulfill that which God have designed for him to do. That's why every human being take come. So now make God to say, every human being are supposed to honor their mother, their father and their mother, so that the blessings of God will fit guide them also. With that, the father and their mother's blessings, then will now be the foundation that which the blessings of God. Now from their blessings of God will see chance to take charge in their life if they honor their father and their mother. So if they don't honor their father and their mother, that is to say that because now through them, without the father and the mother, God for no fit deposit him. God not fit just nobody form from heaven. You have to pass through that process to be born. So now he make God say that word, and if God want to bless that person, if you want to partake from that blessing which God will give him, so he must have to honor their father and their mother. So which the blessings of God which the blessings of God attach with. That is why you see some people, they'll say their father caused them, so they have to, the thing will worry them since of the father. They will have to break that yoke. But God no say such thing happen. But why we say no solve and make it not happen? Because God already said that honor thy father and thy mother. If you honor your father and your mother, so all those kind of things no go fit take place. And if it happen, say he did that according to as God say honor thy father and thy mother, and such is it take place, that is where God will really fight for that person. That is where you will see some people will say, if people feel they worry somebody, but that person will see excel in life, will see fulfill that destiny, because it not be in hand, it lies on all that the family. That is why God feel break that yoke or bring a heart of it, because he did his own part according to how he should do. So that is why I talk. I'm now say when somebody goes change his identity, so he not feel receive that blessing, because just as I still explained just now from the father and the mother, if somebody now don't change his or her identity with the way God to recognize and take create them from the beginning, or take deposit them for his mother womb, maybe now man he don't change himself to woman, and now woman he don't change himself to man. Now God want contain that blessing we God bless him as a male identity from the beginning. So if God blessed them according to the identity we created them with, and they don't change now, that is to say that blessing will no longer go with another identity. You have to go with that same identity which God created him or her with. If you are a female, God bless you with a female identity, and you don't go change your identity to male identity, So no expect say that say identity wey God blessed you with, e go still continue. So if that kind of person dey seek for blessing, e go difficult for e no go fit seek blessing from God, because the only way to seek, because God don already deposit something inside am. Just like Jesus Christ, he no go again go dey ask blessing from God. He only fulfill his destiny. God, he only pray for God for to lead him through, to guide him through, to fulfill that destiny which God want make him fulfill in his time. So if any human being will go change himself now, go dey pray for God blessing, God already blessed, already give that a future, that blessing to the future where that person want live before that person came into this earth. So if that person go dey pray for blessings again, God no fit bless am again. Go only guide am through that blessing wey him bless am with before he deposit am for his mother womb, him or she in his mother womb. So now that blessing wey God deposit on, if na professor you want, or if na leader you want become president or whatever you want to become in life, God already deposit in that person. The only thing that person need that God will do is to guide him through. That's if he know the things that you need to know. Just like a father, when your father give birth to you, they guide you to sit, how to sit down. They guide you how to eat. They guide you how to stand. They guide you how to walk before you start walking. They even see guide that person not until they leave this earth, because then we dey front lane. Now they know what they happen for front, for the one to guide the ones that are coming. Now so life be. So now so that is the reason why God knew, he know all those things that human being need guidance, God protection and guidance. Not be say he want the bless and waiting. He don't already bless them with everything. Because if you see with the verse when I read here, it said, verse Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, it said, God blessed them and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Now, if those people will they change themselves, now if somebody now made now he don't change himself to female, that is to say that he is not going to be fruitful anymore. It's no longer going to be fruitful anymore. Also goes to the female. Because why? Now that identity where God created you with, now it bless you, say be fruitful. So if you change from that identity to female, so you know if you be fruitful again. Because why? If God, your reproductive system or your functioning, your body functioning, the function as male, by the time you change yourself to female, then you can no longer be fruitful anymore. So if females see do themselves to become lesbian, so they will kill the female spirit and the female system in them, so they can no longer be fruitful anymore. So you can see how they physically, spiritually, and even their destiny killing everything. It's just like that human being that they had, that identity has gone. So people they know all those things. They'll say they want make money. They don't know the pains where those people they go through. They don't know what they pass through. They don't know what those people they put their hand in order to make sure that the path where they choose now, whether the worst backfire to them, they will keep inside them. They pretend as if all is good outside. Then the way that they put their hand, they go into where people not going to understand. People with the outside not fit know. They're not going to say, not be as them be seen as God designed to be. Them themselves not even free again. That is why you see most of them in the midst of, they not the fit stay in the midst of men. They restrictive. They always prefer to stay in the midst of women. Now women they always want take them, because women want get the experiment of how it convert from male to a female. They just like to experience that gender how they put them now. Just experiment. Let me put it as experiment. Not be say they even welcome. I just like experiment of say they just want see like say female, male in a female identity, because they not fit move with men, do wetin men they do anymore. So that is wetin I come tell people. So if you dey there, they think say you the planner for mind, say you want do such thing, desist from it. It will not help you, and it will jeopardize your blessings and your future, even in God's sight. Because if nobody know the one go church go pray, and nobody know the one seek prophet to pray, so if prophet they see they bless that person, so he no go fit get that identity anymore, because they will only pray for you through your natural identity. Or if your mother or your father want to pray for you, or whose identity now you want to pray for you, if they pray for you, he will pray for you because now men are born before for in mind. Now they pray now for female, which is no originality, that the original person wey a child wey born na male, now na female. So now if they pray now, that thing will see the disturb am for mind. This is a disturb am for mind. It go dey hinder the prayer, because now wetin God go dey when they pain am for mind, that is to say that blessing wey God deposit in that female child or female child, now we don't change the thing go dey who they pray for, and the thing go be like say they distract that person for mind, even the person himself, because he no go look like that person anymore. So that blessing, he have killed that blessing. That is why I can't let people to know today, say nobody, if they think say God not deposit anything for your body also, just pray and ask God that thing where you want me you come fulfill. You know say you not come this life empty. Make it show you the way. Make it let you discover whatever you can do in this earth. So nobody they did this world for empty reasons. So it's just that people miss the step. It's just like we're supposed to take 2 steps. We're supposed to take 1 step, you go take 2 steps. He go fall back. And when he fall back, before he will take that step again, he have to be with commitment. Seriously. So now so it be on, or some depending on how some take them to be. Some will still continue. When they fall back, they will no longer move ahead. Even Jesus Christ was being tempted before he be able to fulfill his prophecy. Because if you fall, you go back, continue again, believe that what you are doing, that you are following the right step, not the one of changing yourself is for the money. By the time with those people, how many of them they really make the money? At the end of the day, now see the money, they will see use some money where person go they get, it will they get pains for waiting in change or so. Such people know some not they get children. So now so it be. So many, or less one we don't get wife and children. So now sin. Even self, somebody where you don't become gender, you not feel marry again. The wife we would have married, you don't leave that woman single. So the wife we God place on her, because God placed a man and a woman, he blessed them. Now so God still place every woman they have a husband. So the one we don't go change yourself, he don't keep the woman single. So the woman will stay there, you know, if you find the man, because the man don't change their identity. That's where it become another sin. So there are many things that follow. You young guys out there, disease from that. So stay clear from crime and be safe as you listen.